Hey again, it's me, Boo. And I just wanted to do some designer fragrances and show that I'm not just a niche snob. I have been getting really into niche fragrances as of late, mainly because, it's not as of late, it's been over the last few years, mainly because it was kind of a new market for me up to about 3, 4 years ago. And my whole fragrant existence has been designer, celebrity frags, and the like. Really hadn't gotten into niche, didn't get it. And I understand that there's a lot of niche fragrances out there that are very expensive and a lot of you can't afford. Now, there are places you can get decants and smaller bottles of them, like the Perfume Court or Surrender to Chance. Now, I know that only to be true in the US. I don't think they ship outside of the US. But I know that there's a lot of places that do. And you can certainly go that route. These bottles are not very expensive though. They're under $100, at least they were. Thierry Mugler, see, that's one of the things I hate about some of these designers is they'll be selling really well some of these fragrances. And this one is Taste Of, by the way. Amen. Taste Of. That I'm going to talk about today. But you'll just really, you'll really get into a line of fragrances and suddenly they'll start discontinuing them. I don't get it. And they'll be selling like hotcakes. But they just discontinue them. I don't understand that philosophy. I can see once the sales peter out and nobody wants to buy it anymore. Okay, well, put it in the archives and bring out something new. But when they're selling really well and people still craving them and wanting them, I don't know why they discontinue them. So if you can get your hands on some of these, I would do it because a lot of them they were discontinued for a long time and prices just went wacko and people were paying $200 a bottle for these when they only sell for 88 or $80 or whatever on the Thierry Mugler's website. And it's so funny because I was not going to go there, and then they started selling them again, and they brought them back into circulation. So I went and snagged me some bottles. Now there's like I said, today I'm going to talk about the Taste Of. I'm not going to do a video on the leather one, the Cuir. That's one I gave to my husband. It's Amen with leather added to it, and that's exactly what it smells like. It's just too heavy on the leather for me. And so I haven't really worn it a lot, but on my husband it smells really good. Leather notes. That's one of those that I think that is just all that is man. I just don't feel like I can pull them off. Now this one, the Taste Of, it's Amen with chili added, from what I understand. I'll tell you the ingredients, but that's really what you get. Look, track dog, it's not a bottle. Um, you get this, from what I understand, Amen is kind of the base for all of these. And then they just added different things to spice them up. And this one they added chili. And it really, oh, it's wonderful. Now, compared to the other Thierry Mugler's decants and full bottles that I have, this one is probably the most masculine. But I'm right there with Jeremy from Fragrance Bros. That this is absolutely probably my favorite out of the line, and I'm pretty sure this was one of his all-time favorites as well. There is another one I like almost as much. Actually, there's a couple that are really close, but this is probably one of my favorites. It started off as my least favorite, and now I love the peppery aroma that it leaves, that chili pepper kind of a smell. It just lends itself perfect to this time of year. So, enough babbling. Oh, let me just tell you what's in it. Top notes, bergamot. Oh, wait, I'm not on the right one. Where am I? Yeah, I am. Top notes, bergamot, lavender, coriander, mint. Heart is patchouli, red pepper, cedar. Base is coffee, styrax, tonka bean, and vanilla and musk. And if people say that it's heavy in its projection, for the most part, I'm just giving you the majority. Long lasting and heavy, and I totally agree with that. It is very intense, at least at first, but it does mellow out. I would be very careful with all of these, except for the Pure Shot, on how much you apply. And nobody says it reminds them of anything. Now, I think that this one would lend itself to all kinds of a variety of occasions. I think the whole line really could. They are a little more, in my opinion, formal when a woman wears them. Um, I personally wouldn't wear this to like work or daytime stuff. I would wear this going out, dinner, dancing, shooting pool, whatever. But when a man wears it, because I've smelled it on a couple of guys, I think it's much more versatile on a man. I think it becomes something they could pull off day or night, pretty much any occasion. It does lend itself to the cooler months, only because of that chilly note. But when a woman wears it, I think it becomes a little more formal. I just, only because it's not something you would smell on a woman very often. And that's the only reason why I say that. But highly recommend it. The performance is exceptional. Like I said, with all of them but the Pure Shot. And I'm just going to throw in a little. I only have a sample of the Pure Shot. This is actually the third sample I've gone through, but this is my last one. And I've been testing it out. Enough said. It is basically Amen with juniper and mint added to it, from what I've read. I can tell you the ingredients on it. Let's see, Pure Shot is fresh, aromatic, spicy, woody. Top notes: cools with stimulating aromas of icy mint and juniper berries. The heart evokes adrenaline injection with spicy chords of cardamom and white pepper. Woody notes of sequoia and patchouli provide strength and intensity to the composition. And I call shit on that. This Pure Shot, I put some right here. Same time, I put some right here of the taste of. And just so I like to have it on so I can kind of refresh my memory as I'm talking about it. It's gone. It's poof. There's just an underlying Amen. I mean, just the straight Amen. When I first spray it, I do get a little bit of mint and juniper berries, sure. But once that goes into the background, it becomes like Amen, a low version of Amen. Not L-O-W, but L-E-A-U. It's just how diluted, slightly minty at the beginning, and that minty kind of juniper berry smell, that coolness to it. Has that in the beginning, dries down to a very diluted Amen, in my opinion, and it's boring as hell. Ugh, I can't imagine. I mean, compared to the rest of the line, this one is just a yawn fest, so whatever. So that's Pure Shot. Yeah, tell how I feel about that one. I'm really good at my poker face, aren't I? But this one, Taste of, is worth a sniff. And ladies, don't be afraid of these men's fragrances. Get your nose on everything you possibly can. I don't care what the price is. If it's cheap, I'm really into indie scents right now, and they are inexpensive. But they're still unique. They still have that nichiness to them, as far as, because that's what I like about the niche market, is just the uniqueness of it. How I can wear a niche fragrance and smell different than anybody around me, because everybody's wearing, Victoria's Secret or Britney or whatever. And I know nobody's going to smell the same way I do. That's another reason why I'm getting really into men's fragrances, is because, a lot of women, just as soon as they see it's a men's fragrance, will be turned off from it and not even check it out. I am not going there anymore, and the whole Michael Jordan thing taught me not to poo-poo Celebrifrags anymore. Like I've said before, Apple Bottoms, I still love that one. Now my niece snagged it, so I don't have it anymore. And I've loved Usher's fragrances. It seems like the men get it right way more than the women do as far as the celebrities' fragrances go. Fancy Nights is, like I've said 100 times, about the only female one that I really, really like. I did love Rihanna's Rebel, not Rebel Fleur, but I loved Rebel. But it just, 4 hours it was gone. It had that last minute stank to it, and it just, the dry down was so boring. Those top notes were fabulous. So, to each his own. I just am all about the dry down. Top notes go away too quick, so I really appreciate a fragrance for its mid and bottom notes. That's just me. So anyway, I guess I've talked enough, and I hope you all have a good day. Okay.